That's district number 1. Oh, sorry. Boycott.
Marshall Fannie A. CDC.
Kenya.
Continue with the reading of Senate and Representative.
Ready for me? Progressive tally report. Ante Sino Electoral District 1, 35 polling places out of a total of 52, constituting 67.31%. Brisbane, the second, T. Maxwell, independent. Votes obtained 2,773, constituting 27%. Kuya Thomas Romeo, NEC. Votes obtained 1,939, constituting 18.93%. Here, Barbara M., CDC. Votes obtained 1,659, constituting 16.19%. That is the great county sign. We now go to River Cess, Senate. 40 polling places out of 105 polling places constituting 38.10%. Tuawe Bill Tia, CDC, votes obtained 5,855, constituting 54.38%. Smith Gabra B, CPP, votes obtained 2,268, constituting 21.09%. A. Francis S, NDC, votes obtained 1,265, constituting 11.75%. That's the Senate for River Cess. Says Electoral District 1. A total of 54. Constituting 7.41%. Independent, 149, constituting 14.87%. Votes obtained 27, constituting 2.69%. That is District 1 for River Cess. River Cess. Zawiya Baron Wegbia. There is 6 polling places out of 51 polling places, constituting 70.57%. Zawiya Baron Wegbia, UP, 2,059, constituting 21.1%. Samardal Roof, CDC, votes obtained 2011, constituting 20.61%. Bowe Moses Aji, NDP, votes obtained 1,693, constituting 17.39%. That ends the reading of the process. Thank you.
Can I invite Commissioner Asif Bangmai to continue with the reading of Senate and Representative?
Progressive Tally Report, County Grand County. 36 polling places out of 163 polling places, 22.09%. Nameland Thomas Yaya, Party LRP, vote obtained 4803, 46.26%. Dennis A. Marshall, CDC, vote obtained 2396. percentage 23.08%. Grand Alex Chesia UP, vote obtained 1614, percentage 15.55%. Grand Jita County Electoral District 01, 20 polling places of total of 46 polling places, 43.48%. Rayon Sion Aaron M. PDC, vote obtained 3405. Percentage 5.14%. Bole Watching O LTP 1101, percentage 8.48%. To CPP vote obtained 51, 15.96%. Electoral District Grand Junior County is number 2, 9 polling places out of 54 polling places. Percentage 16.67%. Johnson Mary G. LRP, vote obtained 1193. Percentage 49.26%. Where Way MCDC, vote obtained 397. Percentage 16.39%. Wallow Ping ALP, vote obtained 315. Percentage 13.01%. That ends Grand Jide count. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Grand Jide County Electoral District 3, 7 polling places out of 63 polling places, 11.11%. Zia Damante Harris, CPP, vote obtained 963, 46.48%. John Eric Lee, PUP, I'm sorry, Doy Betty Grace, Independent, vote obtained 410, percentage 19.79%. Nire Josephine, DNA, vote obtained 202, constituting 9.75%. And then 110 polling places, 20.91%. Here, Abo Tube, CDC, vote obtained 5272. Percentage 74.91%. Row Kensington PPP, vote obtained 1766. Percentage 225.09%. That ends Grand County electoral race. Electoral District 01, Grand Crew County, 19 polling places out of 53 polling places, 35.5%. We are Philip Nanti UP 1562 constitute 27.26%. 19 polling places out of total of 53 polling places. Percentage is 35.85%. We are Philip Nanti UP. Vote obtained 1552. Percentage 27.26%. Bo Alfred Sako, independent candidate. Vote obtained 1491. Percentage 26.19%. Nan E. Watkins, CDC, vote obtained 666. Percentage 11.70%. Grand Crew County Electoral District 02, 4 polling places on a total of 57 polling places. Percentage 7.02%. So far, Jonathan Fonanti, CDC, vote obtained 899, percentage 65.19%. Folks, Japa MCPP, vote obtained 307, percentage 22.26%. Tuan Manson Monica Independent, vote obtained 101, percentage is 7.32%. That's in Grand Crew County. Maryland County, Progressive Talent Report, Senate, 49 polling places out of 175 polling places, 28%. Announcing William Philip and Ira P. vote obtained 3930, percentage 25.61%. Namwe J. Tia, independent, vote obtained 3153, percentage is 20.55%. Hensua Jeffrey Jennifer K. NPC, vote obtained 2778, percentage is 18.11%. Maryland County Electoral District number 1, 19 polling places out of 52 polling places, 36.54%. Ure P. Mac, CDC, vote obtained 2678, percentage 43.55%. Wallace William W. Independent candidate, vote obtained 1746, percentage 28.39%. Howard Erling Blessing, PUP, vote obtained 603%, 9.81%. 0.81%. Electoral District number 2, Maryland County. Electoral District number 2, Maryland County. Total of 20 polling places out of total of 57 polling places. 35.09%. Wa Boema for you. Wa Boema vote obtained you. Three vote obtained 7.2 constituting 50.40%. Constituting 50.40%. Chimo Bopfor, CDC,
Timor,
vote
Buffer,
obtained,
CDC,
6,
vote obtained,
1.
2-6,
Percentage,
1. Percentage,
40.35%.
40.35%.
Satu Griezmann,
Satu,
DPPL,
Griezmann,
obtained
DPPL,
133,
vote obtained,
constituting
133,
2.05%.
constituting 2.05%.
Maryland County Electoral District number 3,
Maryland
10
County
polling
Electoral
places
District
out
number
of
3,
66
10
polling
polling
places,
places out of 66 polling
15.15%.
places, 15.15%.
Taylor Austin, Blaney
Taylor
Independent,
Austin,
vote obtained,
Blaney Independent,
45,
vote obtained,
31.21%.
31.31%.
Tuwe Junior Myers Bill
Junior
CPP,
Myers
obtained
Bill CPP,
561,
vote obtained 561,
20.79%.
20.79%.
Smith Macon Puchu,
Smith
PUP,
Macon,
vote
Puchu,
obtained
PUP,
7
vote
and
obtained
3, 74,
7 and 3, 74,
13.86%.
constitute 13.86%.
Maryland
That ends
County,
Maryland
River G County,
County.
Progressive Title Report, Senate, River G County, 42 polling places out of 98 polling places, 42.86%. Bailey Charles KCDC, 42 polling places out of the total of 98 polling places, 42.86%. Dopu, the second Francis Sadi independent candidate, vote obtained 4738%, 36.18%. Badi Charles K CDC, vote obtained 3429, percentage 26.19%. Young Francis Sewon PUP, vote obtained 2722, 20.79%. River G County Electoral District 01, number of polling places, 4 out of 31 polling places, 45.16%. Chie Johnson To UP 1603, 35.15%. Port Elizana CDC, vote obtained 1231, 26.99%. Same way, Mark T, independent candidate, vote obtained 967%, 21.20%. Electoral District 02, 19 polling places out of 33 polling places, 57.58%. Wo ICB Cholople CDC, vote obtained 2586, percentage 42.34%. Quina Marcos SCCPP, vote obtained 634, percentage 10.38%. Zuba Tene AKMOL, I'm sorry, let me read Electoral District 2 over. Very sorry. 19 polling places out of the total of 33 polling places. Percentage is 57.58%. Wo ICB Chirope Vote obtained 2586, constitute 42.34%. To Bobby C. Lanu, vote obtained 1091, constitute 17.86%. Quena Marcos SCPP, vote obtained 634, constitute 10.38%. Electoral District number 3, 9 polling places out of 34 polling places, constitute 26.46%. Collins Afre NLPP, constitute vote obtained 562, percentage 23.79%. Tier Solo Bowie MOL, vote obtained 534, constitute 22.61%. Williams Senior Johnson NCDC 533, constitute 22.57%. Yeah. That constitutes a vote obtained and tally, progressive tally report for Roger County.
We now call on and invite Commissioner Stephen Gay to read Senate and Representative votes.
Thank you, Chair. Progressive tally report consolidated Senate, Grand Bassa County. 93 polling places of total 405 polling places, constituting 22.96%. Finlay Bezonga M, independent, votes obtained 13657, percentage 53.83%. Bakwe Janje, CDC, votes obtained 6051, percentage 23.85%. Harris Madeline G, independent, votes obtained 2530, percentage 9.97%. That is for Senate, Grand Bassa County. We move to the House of Rep. Electoral District 1, 23 polling places of the total of 80 polling places, constituting 28.75%. Loy Tier Trafina G, CPP, votes obtained 1139, percentage 20.90%. Banning Isaac G, MPC, votes obtained 1022, percentage 18.75%. Mantor Henrietta NDP, votes obtained 909, percentage 16.68%. That was for district number 1, Grand Bassa County. We move to district number 2, Grand Bassa County. The total of 23 polling places of 84 polling places, constituting 27.38%. Banks J. Clarence T, independent, votes obtained 1866, percentage 35.31%. Carol Mary M. CDC, votes obtained 1229, percentage 23.25%. Reese Shadrach A. CPP, votes obtained 392, percentage 7.42%. That was for Grand Bassa District number 2. We'll move to District number 3. 37 polling places of total 86 polling places, constituting 43.02%. Joe Matthew, CDC, votes obtained 5686, percentage 48.61%. Bono Julia K. UP, votes obtained 2628, percentage 22.47%. Lord John J. Goa, CPP, votes obtained 1001, percentage 8.56%. That was for District number 3, Grand Bassa County. We move to District number 4, Grand Bassa County. 3 polling places of total 77 polling places, constituting 3.90%. Willie II Vincent ST, Independent, votes obtained 775, percentage 70.14%. Flomo Afra H. UP, votes obtained 288, percentage 26.06%. Peters Convenga S. NDC, votes obtained 18, percentage 1.63%. That was for District number 4, Grand Bassa County. We'll move to District number 5, Grand Bassa County. 7 polling places of total 78 polling places, constituting 8.97%. Joshua II Thomas A. CPP, votes obtained 477, percentage 30.40%. Dennis C. Joa S. UP, votes obtained 374, percentage 23.84%. Irati Ino Ize, MPC, votes obtained 207, percentage 13.19%. Consider data reports for Grand Bassa County, who moved to Mount Gibby County. Senate, for the 9 polling places of total 441 polling places, constituting 11.11%. Miguel Nathaniel F. CDC, votes obtained 5185, percentage 35.67%. Yakpawolo J. Yapuya PUP, votes obtained 3038, percentage 20.90%. Zeze Bala G. UP, votes obtained 2783, percentage 19.15%. That is the Senate. We move to District number 1, Mount Gibby County. 20 polling places of total 140 polling places, constituting 14.29%. Boli Sa Ara, Independent, votes obtained 1046, percentage 17.89%. Cooper Roland OP, independent, votes obtained 959, percentage 16.04%. Walker Tooney, independent, votes obtained 810, percentage 13.85%. We move the district number 2, Mangibi County. 12 polling places of total 82 polling places, constituting 14.63%. Jones Ava Kokulu, CDC, votes obtained 1465, percentage 46.26%. Oribel Christopher S, PUP, votes obtained 1036, percentage 32.71%. Spear H. Markers, CPP, votes obtained 212, percentage 6.69.
CNN A normal, CDC, 3,152 votes obtained, constituting 25.67%. Tatos F. No. Onigbai, normally MDR, votes obtained 2,282, constituting 18.59%. Titus F. Kamara, DNA, votes obtained 2,022, constituting 16.47%. Electoral District 2, Bapolu County. 28 polling places out of 51 polling places reported, constituting 54.90%. Kana A. Wasso, CDC, 2,464 votes obtained, constituting 29.86%. Butos S. Collins, Independent, votes obtained 1,734, constituting 21.01%. Alfred Joshua Manning, LRP, votes obtained 1,613, constituting 19.55%. Bapolu County District number 3. Polling places reported, 28 polling places out of 43 polling places reported, representing 65.12%. Mustafa Rarity, UP, votes obtained 3,708, constituting 45.93%. Joseph N. Matthews, Jr., Independent, votes obtained 2,361, constituting 29.25%. Tom Tawi, CDC, votes obtained 886, constituting 10.97%. That was Bapolu County. Lofa County. Senate results. 156 polling places out of 424 polling places reported, constituting 36.79%. Momo T. Saros, Independent, 16,611, constituting 35.48%. Moses Y. Colley, CDC, votes obtained 11,703, constituting 25.00%. Galapa W. Kotima, Independent, votes obtained 6,630, constituting 14.16%. Electoral District 1, Lofa County. Thomas P. Fala, CDC, 3,308 votes obtained, constituting 45.73%. Sakala Nomeli, Senior F, UP, votes obtained 3,227, constituting 44.61%. Falakwe Bondo, Landu, votes obtained 175, constituting 2.42%. Electoral District 2, Lofa County. 20 polling places out of 65 polling places reported, constituting 30.77%. Morris K. Sion, NDP, 2,168 votes obtained, constituting 35.07%. Julie FatumaWie, CDC, 1,703 votes obtained, 27.55%. Joyce Seku Dona, UP, votes obtained 953, constituting 15.42%. Electoral District 3, Lofa County. 33 polling places out of 74 polling places reported, constituting 44.59%. Clarence K. Massaquoi, UP, 2,894 votes obtained, constituting 27.03%. Momo Siafa Koto, CDC, votes obtained 2,640, constituting 24.65%. Vama A. Sandy Landu, votes obtained 1,629, constituting 15.21%. Electoral District 4, Lofa County. 77 polling places out of 107 polling places reported, constituting 71.96%. Geze Colis K. UP, votes obtained 8,421, constituting 36.89%. Seku B. Collet, CDC, votes obtained 6,918, constituting 30.31%. Marama M. Fofana, NDP, votes obtained 3,995, constituting 17.50%. Moserado County. Senate results. 504 polling places out of 2,008 polling places reported, constituting 25.10%. Sir Khalid Joseph, CDC, 98,486 votes obtained, constituting 58.56%. Raymond JMP, UP, votes obtained 38,124, constituting 22.67%. Fitero Talo Kwekwe, CPP, 11,364, constituting 6.76%. Electoral District 1, Moserado County. 21 polling places out of 134 polling places reported, constituting 15.67%. Yatta Barry, CPP, 791 votes obtained, constituting 13.69%. Josephine George Francis, UP, votes obtained 470, constituting 8.13%. Momo F. Dining, EFFL, votes obtained 373, constituting 6.45%. Electoral District 2, Moserado County. 8 polling places out of 128 polling places reported, constituting 6.25%. Independent. Kokolu, S, Bovo, CDC, 305 votes obtained, constituting 10.68%. Sako, Sarafude, Kanen, UP, votes obtained 298, constituting 10.43%. Electoral District 3, Moserado County. 8 polling places out of 106 polling places reported, constituting 7.55%. Sumo, Koli, Moba, ALP, votes obtained 964, constituting 33.46%. Patrick Kumoya, Independent, votes obtained 678, constituting 23.53%. Sibe, CD Bashir, UP, 308 votes obtained, constituting 10.69%. Electoral District 4, Moserado County. 25 polling places out of 163 polling places reported, 15.34%. Michael M. Thomas, Independent, votes obtained 2,592, constituting 29.51%. Momo B. Kamara, CDC, votes obtained 1,118, constituting 12.73%. Swakoko Dennis R. Independent, votes obtained 1,101, constituting 12.54%. Electoral District 5, Moserado County. 14 polling places out of 98 polling places reported, constituting 14.29%. Priscilla A. Cooper, UP, votes obtained 1,453, constituting 29.08%. Melvin K. Talbot, PUP, votes obtained 737, constituting 14.75%. Eric Vey, CDC, votes obtained 725, constituting 14.51%. Electoral District 6, Moserado County. 24 polling places out of 128 polling places reported, constituting 18.75%. Samuel R. Enders, Independent, 3,512 votes obtained, constituting 38.64%. Milton N. Yoko, MOL, votes obtained 1,356, constituting 14.92%. Woki K. Dolo, Independent, votes obtained 752, constituting 8.27%. Electoral District 7, Moserado County. 47 polling places out of 100 polling places reported, constituting 47%. Emmanuel Down, independent, votes obtained 6,738, constituting 42.76%. Solomon C. George, CDC, votes obtained 4,229, constituting 26.84%. Saba Joma, independent, votes obtained 1,348, constituting 8.55%. Electoral District 8, Masurado County. 44 polling places out of 83 polling places reported, constituting 53.01%. Prince A. Tulas, UP, 5,227 votes obtained, constituting 33.99%. Akaros Moses Gray, CDC, votes obtained 5,070, constituting 32.97%. Clifton S. Marshall Jr., PUP, votes obtained 986, constituting 6.41%. Electoral District 9, Masurado County. 48 polling places out of 102 polling places reported, constituting 47.06%. Frank Jr., CDC, 6,057 votes obtained, constituting 37.05%. Fubi F.A. Herons, CPP, votes obtained 5,279, constituting 32.30%. Miller B. Kantakai, UP, votes obtained 2,232, constituting 13.65%. Electoral District 10, Masurado County. 22 polling places out of 129 polling places reported, constituting 17.05%. Yeke Wa Koluba, independent, votes obtained 4,152, constituting 53.26%. Josephine W.A. Davis, CDC, votes obtained 2,355, constituting 30.21%. Yeke Sekwe, independent, votes obtained 303, constituting 3.89%. Electoral District 11, Masurado County. We 63 polling places out of 129 polling places, representing 48.84%. Richard Nangwe Kun, UP, votes obtained 6,749, constituting 30.57%. Jean Akwe Galaworo Jr., CDC, votes obtained 1,490, constituting 24.87%. Darwin E. Gaya, independent, votes obtained 3,766. Electoral District 12, Moserado County. 39 polling places out of 119 polling places reported, constituting 32.77%. Prince D. Kwaple, CDC, 2,078, constituting 15.93%. Sir Meswen Foko, Independent, 1,690 votes obtained, constituting 12.95%. Jerry K. Yobo, Independent, 1,464, constituting 11.20%. Electoral District 13, Moserado County. 25 polling places out of 1 polling places reported, constituting 22.52%. Edward P. Flomo Jr., CEC, 3,514 votes obtained, constituting 42.86%. Cornelia Kra Togba, UP, 1,770 votes obtained, constituting 21.59%. Ayoba Soiree, GD, NDP, votes obtained 832, constituting 10.15%. Electoral District 14, Moserado County. 30 polling places out of 95 polling places reported, constituting 91.58%. Kekula Kamara, CDC, votes obtained 4,259, constituting 46.14%. Vamuma Kone, the third A, Independent, votes obtained 2,381, constituting 25.80%. Pauline W. Yanfor, CDC, CPP. Pauline W. Yanfor, CPP. Votes obtained 4,476, constituting 5.16%. Electoral District 15, Moserado County. 39 polling places out of 96 polling places reported, constituting 40.63%. Abu B. Kamara, CDC, votes obtained 7,282, constituting 55.74%. Amos Ben Tue, UP, votes obtained 2,979, constituting 22.80%. Nathaniel P. Stevens, PUP, votes obtained 714, constituting 5.47%. Electoral District 16, Moserado County. 46 polling places out of 116 polling places reported, 39.66%. Dixon, W, Sibo, CDC, votes obtained 5,456, constituting 37.28%. Manisa, Konto, P, UP, votes obtained 2,960, constituting 20.22%. Tier, B, LPP, votes obtained 2,737, constituting 8.70%. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have the last batch of Senate and Representative votes to be read by Commissioner Awa. Then we can go into our questions.
Good evening. Good evening. I shall be preferring to you Progressive Tally Report, Consolidated Senate, Friday, October 13, 2023. We start with Nema County. 189 polling places of the total of 736 polling places, constituting 25.68%. Yomi Prince Johnson, MDR, votes obtained 25,210. Percent of valid votes amounts to 41.79%. Tawan Junior Nya, IND, votes obtained 21,279, constituting 35.27%. Roland Duo, G, CDC, votes obtained 5,510, constituting 9.13%. That concludes the tally for Nema County, the House of Senate. We proceed with the House of Representatives Tallied Report Consolidated, Friday, October 13. We commence with Nema County Electoral District 1. 38 polling places of total of 81 polling places, constituting 46.91%. Brown Samuel Sr., N, Independent, votes obtained 8,163. Percent of valid votes, 64.62%. Maria Francis Ya, CPP, votes obtained 2,938. Percent of valid votes constitutes 23.26%. Bryant Nelson, ST, UID, votes obtained 1,002. Percent of valid votes constitutes 7.93%. We proceed with Nema County Electoral District 2. 28 polling places of total of 94 polling places, constituting 29.79%. Zagben Benjamin S. Lino, Votes obtained 2,499, constituting the percent of valid vote 26.31%. Wakior Charles Tish, MDR, votes obtained 1,686, constituting the percent of valid vote 17.75%. GPA Wilson Sonda, LTP, votes obtained 1,670, constituting the percent of total valid vote 17.58%. We proceed to electoral district in Nima, District 6. 31 polling places of the total of 75 polling places, constituting 41.33%. Jigla Dorian Towing, MDR, votes obtained 3,273, constituting the percent of valid votes 34.93%. Sawie Basi Kra, CDC, vote obtained 2,014, constituting the percent of valid votes 21.50%. Kra Jefferson G, Independent, votes obtained 1,211, constituting the total valid votes of 12.93%. We proceed to Electoral District 7, House of Representatives, Nima County. 26 polling places of total of 85 polling places, constituting 30.59%. Doma Rogers, SWY, UP, votes obtained 3,698, constituting a valid votes of 43.82%. Belete Musa Hassan, CPP, votes obtained 3,139, constituting a valid votes of 37.19%. Bolo Senior Nazo D, Volt, VOLT, votes obtained 951. Percent of valid votes constitutes 11.27%. We proceed with Nima County Electoral District 8. 39 polling places of total of 81 polling places, constituting 48.15%. That's for the House of Representatives. Tayo V. UP, votes obtained 2,964. Percent of valid votes constitute 23.11%. Mane Say, SMDR, votes 27 polling places of total of 75 polling places, constituting 36.00%. Johnson and Guecolo, CDC, 1,987, which constitute the valid votes of 25.99%. Myers Amos Y, CPP, votes obtained 1,419, which constitute the valid vote of 18.56%, 56%, excuse. Wongwe Ta, Independent, votes obtained 1,230. Percent of valid votes constitute 16.09%. And that concludes the reports from Nima County, reference the Senate and the House of Representatives. We proceed with the progressive tally reports for Bone County, referencing the Senate and the House of Representatives. We commence with the Senate. Bone County. Independent, 26,504.
100
Votes obtained. The three places, total of valid votes total obtained, of 555 polling places, constituting 27.57%. Kafwa Edward, W, PUP, votes obtained, it's 14,971, constituting the valid votes of 29.09%. Jackson Running BRA, votes obtained 2,364, constituting the valid vote of 4.59%. That concludes the tally for today. Reference the Senate. Move on to electoral district, Bone County, district number 1. 7 polling places of the total of 86 polling places, constituting 8.14%. Hills Jr. Abbott B, CPP, votes obtained 1,397 votes obtained, constituting a valid vote of 58.67%. Kuta Wama Jones, Independent, votes obtained 362, constituting the valid vote of 15.20%. Kona Prince K, IND, votes obtained 270, constituting the valid vote of 11.34%. We proceed with electoral district 2, Bone County. 29 polling places of total of 72 polling places, constituting 40.28%. Kola James M, PUP, votes obtained 4,599, which constitutes the valid vote of 46.59%. Bo Edward E, UP, votes obtained 2,150, 54, which constitutes the valid vote of 21.82%. Salvage Melvin K, CPP, votes obtained 1,475, which constitutes the valid vote of 14.94%. We proceed with electoral district in Bond County, District 3. 63 polling places of the total of 93 polling places, which constitutes 67.74%. Cole Joshua Marvin, CDC, votes obtained 13,903, constituting the valid votes of 63.17%. Zawolo Orlando K, UP, votes obtained 5,293, constituting the valid votes of 24.05%. Sila Kusumu M, Alcop, votes obtained 566, constituting the total valid votes of 2.57%. That constitutes the House of Representatives, District 3. We move on to Electoral District 4 for the House of Representatives. 20 polling places of 74 polling places, constituting 27.3%. Wongba Robert Flomo, UP, votes obtained 2,987, constituting the percent of valid votes 47.31%. Sylvia Jefferson K, Independent, votes obtained 633, constituting the percent of valid vote 10.03%. Seaton Susanna LM, CDC, votes obtained 505, constituting the valid vote of 8.00%. We make progress with Bond County Electoral District 5. 31 polling places of the total of 77 polling places, constituting 40.26%. Siaka Silas K, LPP, votes obtained 1,870, which constitutes the valid vote of 19.11%. Taylor Robert Ben, Independent, votes obtained 1,507, which constitutes the valid vote of 15.40%. Collie Eugene, JMCDC, votes obtained 1,357, which constitutes the percent of valid votes 13.87%. That concludes Electoral District number 5 of Bond County. We now conclude with Bond County Electoral District 6 of the House of Representatives. 3 polling places of the total of 73 polling places, constituting 4.11%. Thomas Wilmot T, CDC, votes obtained 620, constituting the percent of valid votes 60.72%. Mensa Murmur Brisk, independent. Votes obtained 282, constituting the percent of valid votes 27.62%. Collie William O. Gbagbo, ALP, votes obtained 33, constituting the total valid votes of 3.23%. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the readings of today, Friday, October 13th, for Bong County and Nimba, respectively. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Since we have to do it this way because Liberians are listening and hoping that they get these results. But you will also find these results online on our results.necliberia.org. Now we take your questions. Questions now, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Chair. I'm Nelson Collet, and I report for the Spoon Network. So my first concern has to do with the data or the information that is being released by the National Elections Commission, not just today, but from the very start of the process. So every county has the district, the electoral districts, and you have the precincts, and you have the polling places. But I've observed that from all of the reports you provided, you've only mentioned the number of polling places that the results are coming from, but you've not mentioned the precincts. Neither have you mentioned the precinct codes. So considering even what comes on the radio, they will always mention the precinct name and the code. So which makes it difficult for any ordinary person down there who has some of these data to compare what they've received from precinct A, code number this, polling place number that, to what comes from the National Elections Commission. Someone down there may be concerned as to why is the NEC making it difficult for the simple person to be able to track these results, given that you are not mentioning the names of the precincts, neither the precinct codes, and all of that.
So let me answer that question. This will be done online on results.necliberia.org.
Okay,
Go to the
online.
next question.
Okay, so my second question has to do with the missing ballot boxes that you mentioned. I want to know, the election is very crucial. How come, what was the security presence like to have important election materials as ballot boxes being taken away by some individuals, maybe ordinary citizens, civilians? What was the security presence like at that particular place?
I will
at
not
the
speak
time?
to security presence because I've just told you that the situation is being investigated by the police. So we'll wait for the report from the police.
Thank you.
Then we'll let you know what happened there.
Are missing or taken away by people. And what was the scenario giving you about this? Was it in where it's supposed to be the secure location, or was it during the transportation of the boxes?
The ballot boxes were taken by unknown persons from the magisterial office. This is what was reported by the magistrate. More information will come when the investigation is over.
Okay.
Did that answer your question? You're the lawyers here. You see, what does the law say about missing ballot box? Is there a law that tells us when ballot boxes are missing, what we should do? When they are stolen?
You know, tampering with anything related to the election is a crime. So if someone took unauthorized ballot boxes, that would be a violation of Chapter 10 of the new elections law. And that area of the law is under the Ministry of Justice. So that's why it is being investigated. And as soon as we find out what the details are, we'll let you know.
Check the microphone. You want to check the microphone.
Okay, a report for the New Republic. Madam Commissioner, the European Union has accused the WIA campaign team of utilizing a lot of state resources to establish a dominant presence across the 15 political subdivisions of our country. And this, according to them, did not only provide the president campaign team with a sustainable or substantial advantage, but also contribute to a campaign environment characterized by significant disparities. Madam Commissioner, I want to know what the law says about this and how did you address it? And I want to know if the CDC and all others provided their campaign resources to you prior to these elections.
I will begin to answer, and then my colleague here, Commissioner Ducle, will add. You know, before we went to these elections, we had the occasion to develop regulations, and we have one that speaks to campaign financing, to see how best we may be able to know how much each party may have spent for their campaigns. We also enter into an MOU with the group called Integrity Watch, which is actually out there, and we support that to come up with reports analyzing campaign financing. And then I believe that from there, when those reports are available to us, we may be able to access them and then assess them to be able to speak to your question that you've just asked.
And in addition, at the end of the elections, all political parties are required to report assets and liabilities. That's when we will see what has been done or what has not been done. With a report, we have to read a report and follow it up. I will assume that Integrity Watch Liberia, which signed a memorandum with us to follow this particular aspect of the election, is also on top of this to report to us on this.
So we take 5 more questions and we call it a day.
Hello, Madam Commissioner. Hello, Madam Commissioner. I'm Evelyn Gladys Reese Barrow from the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. My question to you is, after calling all the specific percentage, why didn't you call the total aggregated percentage per the 3 top candidates?
We told you
the
yesterday
counties.
that we will limit ourselves to announcing the votes and the percentages of the 3 top contenders who have these the highest votes in these elections. Everything else will go on the online results.necliberia.org. Next question.
My name is Dennis Nipson, ABC radio correspondent, Voice of America. Why are we not hearing results from Grand Kema County? How true is it that recount is ongoing in Grand Kema County? District 8, Monserrate County. On yesterday, you reported 82 out of 83. Today, the commission that read, he said 43 out of 83. Is he saying 83 out of 83? And you are calling every other candidate's name in reverse order, unlike President George Weah. Is there any reason why?
There's no reason. I look at the name and it comes like that. And then secondly, Cape Mount is still working. When these results are in, we will announce them to you. Yesterday, we also told you that for the representative position, there were all of the votes were correct, as well as the presidential and senatorial. But on the representative, we had issues with the percentage due to some printing error. We also said that that printing error was being corrected.
I was referring to the 43 and 82.
And that's the answer I'm giving you. Can we go to the next question, please?
Yeah. My name is Moses Gazo again from the BBC. I know she might have asked about Grand Cape Mount County, but I got there are reliable sources that the magistrate in Grand Cape Mount County has termed as technical glitches in the tallying process in Cape Mount, and we want to know, we'll be asking for a rerun of the elections in Grand Cape Mount. How true is that?
Sorry, who's asking for rerun?
Your magistrate in Grand Cape Mount County is speculated.
It's speculated.
Yeah, so that's what I want to know. How
Those
true is
speculations
that?
can continue to
Okay.
go on while we are tallying and to give the results for these elections from Grand Cape Mount County.
But my next question has to do with, you spoke about disruption at the tallying center, especially in Monserrate County. What necessitated the disruption? Will you give us details?
All right. You know, in everything we do here, there are procedures. You please pay attention. I'm talking to you. Yes. You ask the question, then you turn your back. I'm sorry, but I have to say it that way. Yes. So no problem. The record of the count has a procedure of arriving at all of the numbers that are there. The problem some of the party agents see with that is, one, when those numbers are favorable to them, then they allow the process to go on. When the numbers are not favorable to them, then they disrupt the process and they bring all kinds of technicalities. They do not want to accept that we have a procedure to arrive at the numbers on the record of the count. And the record of the count shows the votes that were obtained by the candidates. It shows the reconciliation of the ballots, the invalid votes, and the rest of it. So that's a procedure, and they need to follow that. So when it's not in their favor in terms of the mathematical arrangements there, then they do not want to accept the procedure. To the extent where they unplug our projectors and they are parading all over the place and saying that this thing will not happen today. Will not, you know us how we behave. But we have had to call the Ministry of Justice through the Liberia National Police to beef up security there and to ensure that all who went to the tally center, including the staff of NEC, should wear their tags. So we identified those who are coming in, including observers, and to raise awareness among some of these party agents about what the process is, hoping that they will understand and they will concede to the process. Now, if you have an issue, even after the explanation, you just take one form and write your complaint and give it to the people there. We have to be civil. We cannot disrupt the process simply because, not just simply, that when we do not understand or we just want to cause confusion because the numbers seem to be working against us. Next question. Next question, please. Maybe give somebody else a chance, perhaps.
My name is D. Olivia Bawon, and I report for Local Voices Liberia and Truth FM. Madam Chair, have you noticed any error in your tallying process? The background of my question is based on claims by members of the Unity Party that numbers intended for Joseph Boaka are given to Appleton, while Appleton's vote are given to Boaka. And secondly, 2 presidential candidates contested on the same political party. Will that not affect the credibility of the tallying process?
Sorry,
Or-
say that again.
I said 2 presidential candidates contested on the same political parties. Would that not affect the tallying process, or is it permissible under the new elections law for 2 presidential candidates to contest from the same political party?
You have to explain that last question a little better so I get to understand it. But I can say to you, if you have seen any error in the tally process, could you please point that to us? He's right there. You can give him the information and we'll check it out during the tallying at the SKD there.
Okay, on the presidential ballot papers for Jeremiah Wapo and Appleton, Edward Appleton, both of them had that's grassroots development movement in front of their names, meaning both of them are from the same political parties.
Okay, let me tell you what may have happened. Some time back, we had a presidential, hold on, please. Some time back, we had a presidential engagement where we invited all the presidential candidates. Some of them came, others were represented by their vice presidents in waiting. That meeting, we used that meeting to present mock ballots to all of the presidential candidates. And what they were supposed to do, to check their logo, check all the information against their names to ensure that they were correct. In the case of WAPO, as you're saying, after they checked to approve, to give the NEC the approval, they had to sign. So when they checked, apparently they didn't realize that there was some crisscross with respect to the name of the party. Though in Jeremiah's case, there was the logo of Vote, and it appeared under there, I think, Grassroots Democratic Party. So, yes, whatever it is. But to say that they signed, approving, and this is how it went to press. But we do not believe that that alter any votes that they receive. If there are issues, they can be brought in a formal way to the commission. Next question.
Good evening, Madam Commissioner. I'm John Fard, and I work for Radio Maria Liberia. Madam Commissioner, I would like to bring to your attention this nationwide concern. Reading from facts of experienced irregularities from missing ballot box, late opening of some voting precincts and polling places on the 10th of October, as you mentioned, in the case of Caldwell and other areas.
I did not mention Caldwell here.
Okay, but we experienced that in Caldwell, that there were late opening of polls, and moving up to the constant 30, 35 to 40 minutes lateness of the commission to attend the scheduled 4:30 daily press briefing. What do you make of this concern, and how do you respond to Liberians who believe that these irregularities do have the ability to affect the final results, and some who are already speculating that the final results will be affected by these irregularities?
We do not believe that the announcement of the final results will be affected. That's the last question?
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. We hope tomorrow we'll come back again, and Thank you very much for coming. Our partners, international, local observers, thank you very much for honoring our invitation today.
From about 14 counties so far, with the exception of Grand Cape County.
Nelson, can you hear me? Nelson, kindly unmute your microphone. All right, so I think we're losing feed there from Nelson Collet, who's currently at the National Elections Commission for us. You listened to the NEC's press briefing for today, where they did release again progressive tally reports. We are going to bring you the updated figures as released by the National Elections Commission. This is Spoon 107.5 FM. You are also listening to Fabric 101.1, Super 95.5. Connected with Nelson. Nelson, can you hear me? Nelson. All right, so Nelson is having some technical glitches there. Nelson, can you hear me? Nelson, if you can hear me, kindly respond so that we have a little chit chat before letting go of you. Okay, we're not getting Nelson Collet. That is probably due to some technical adjustment that he needs to make with his device there. But we'll do our best to reconnect with him.
Are you here?
Yeah, Nelson, I'm there. If you can hear me, just respond.
Okay, so yes, indeed, Diamond. Of course, we are here at the National Elections Commission headquarters in Cinco on 9th Street. And of course, the next chairperson, Madam Deviata Brown Lasana, just addressed the third press conference following the official, following the conduct of election on October 10. And of course, she's been releasing some numbers here with respect to the results coming from the different parts of the country.
Yeah, we did listen to the NEC chairperson read out the progressive tally report as on the presidential race in the country, and other fellow commissioners reading the senatorial and representative progressive tally reports from the various counties here in Liberia. But there were some questions asked the commissioner that she answered either halfway or did say that she didn't have the information on hand at the time, and so she couldn't respond. From your own analysis, did she create more doubt than erase those already existing doubts?
Look, Diamond, as I speak to you, there's a serious disappointment amongst media practitioners here at the National Elections Commission, especially with respect to the way lots of the questions were being answered. And of course, we were trying to make our way down, but I think we'll come back up here because it's already dark out there. So Diamond, as I was saying, there's a serious disappointment here amongst media practitioners with respect to the way the questions were being addressed by the next chairperson. And so, yes, with respect to your question, I think what has happened here today is that more doubts have been created than, clarifying whatever the concerns of the media, is. When journalists leave their respective institutions and come to a conference like this, especially organized by the body that is called for the responsibility to release official results in this crucial election, they have concerns. And some of those concerns are not just from the journalists at Diamond, as you know, but they are concerns that are coming from people across the country, Liberians across the world, who are equally concerned and want to know as to how things are going. But unfortunately, Diamond, as you watch throughout the press conference, majority of those questions were not being addressed. They were either answered just in passing, or the next chairperson was maybe then referring the media to one group or another person who should be able to answer the question rather than addressing those concerns herself. So I think the party in which those concerns were addressed, it raised more doubts. There were more concerns. The hall at some point got even noisy based on the way the next chairperson, Madam Diverta Brown Lasana, went ahead answering some of those questions. And as you know, Diamond, I know you want to come in, but as you know, I asked her a question about the issue of the security presence at the polling or the center where the 2 election boxes got missing. And what she could say was that she doesn't have the authority to speak on security issues. But this is the next chairperson at Diamond who is called with the responsibility to talk about these election matters. Of course, the National Elections Commission is managing or handling this crucial election. But again, this is where we are. Question about those results coming out without polling centers, without the precinct names, without the precinct codes and all of that. She said they're going to do it online. But then the next concern was what happens to Liberians out there who are equally concerned about this, but do not have the smartphones to go online to get these results. But I was restricted on grounds that I could only ask 2 questions and there was no follow-up or what have you. So I think the press conference today raised more doubts. There were more concerns raised. And I could see at some point of the press conference, folks were walking out on grounds that they didn't get to receive the response from the next chairperson in details, especially with respect to the questions that were being
Who are
asked.
those folks that walked out of the hall that you did see walk out of the hall? Journalists or observers from other parties or organizations, both local and international? Who did you see walking out?
Okay, sorry, Diamond. I think I had some issues. Are you there now? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you loud and clear. My question is, you said you did see people walk out of the hall at some point in time due to the way reportedly the NEC bus answered questions halfway. I don't have information. We're waiting on information. You are the lawyers here. Can you answer that question? I can speak to security matters, but these are ballot boxes we are talking about. And ballot boxes are directly under the NEC. So you should know if the police presence there was enough or they were outnumbered by those who came in and took the ballot boxes. So it's a question of whether the commission has been briefed about this situation, because when you are being briefed about what happened, you'll be told what the presence of security was and what's the number of those who came to snatch those ballot boxes illegally away. So it's a question of letting us know whether the police or joint security presence was enough and they were overpowered, because ballot boxes are clearly under the National Elections Commission, even though theft is under the Ministry of Justice, but ballot boxes and election matters are under the NEC. But answer my question, please.
Okay, so your question was who are those that were working out, right?
Yeah, who did you see? Are they media practitioners or observers from both local and international organizations?
Specifically, those working out were media practitioners. It was the media practitioners. I saw some media colleagues walk out, especially when the questions were being asked and the way the next chairperson started to answer those questions. So some of those media practitioners started to walk out on grounds that they were disappointed, and even those who remained in the hall, they were having they then resorted to having pocket conversations while the rest of the questions and answers were going on, because they were at that point very disappointed with respect to the way the questions were being asked. They felt that they were being treated unfairly because they left their different institutions to provide coverage here, to inform the Liberian people. And as you know, Diamond, every single media person who comes here, they come here aside from representing their institutions, but the journalists who come at these activities come representing thousands, if not millions of people out there who have concerns on several issues, but do not have the opportunity to be here. All right. So when the questions are asked, when the concerns are raised and they're not being addressed, it becomes a serious disappointment. So most of those media guys were having pocket conversation. I at some point, Moses Gazewu, our media colleague who is a correspondent for the BBC in Liberia here. He asked the question, and in the process, why the next chairperson was responding to the question, and something happened. He turned to look back, and she then raised her voice and like, turn around, look at me, I'm speaking to you, looking somewhere else.
This is
And
the
then,
second day in a row that the NEC person has addressed, the chairperson has addressed a media practitioner as she did.
Certainly.
Yesterday,
Certainly.
she did the same when another media practitioner asked a question, and he was looking on his phone to take notes, and she was like, I'm talking to you, look at me. When I'm talking to you, I want you to look at me. You know, these are sideways things. Answer the questions. And let people take down their notes. If the person is looking at you or not looking at you, they've asked that question, and that question needs to be answered. So all these things are
And
petty.
certainly, Diamond.
Petty.
And certainly, Diamond, that is
Has she
exactly what
created?
repeated.
Has she created somewhat of a hostile situation? Is she a hostile interviewee when you want to talk to her? Has she created that sort of atmosphere? From your own observation, are journalists in that hall, do they feel intimidated in some way to ask their questions based on the posturing of the NEC chairperson?
Diamond, exactly. And even before the question and answers time, when I walked away a little from where we did the setup to get in a better position, at least to be able to ask my question today, there were a couple of journalists, 2 females and a guy. They are all media practitioners. I heard them saying that, no, I don't have question today because and their exact words were, I don't want to be seen by the net commissioner, you know. So that has created a kind of a hostile environment. Though at some point, yes, the PR person here will take the microphone and hand it over to you, and then you'll be able to ask your question. But most times, journalists, especially the females, are concerned. They are jittered. They are afraid that, you know, maybe in the process of asking your question, if you went ahead and asked maybe a kind of a very critical question, the next thing is you don't know what's going to be coming out. Because if we could have a situation like what happened to Moses Gazewu today, where he was being streamed at, you know, and interestingly, Diamond, right after she streamed at this media practitioner, she then came back to say, sorry if it got to you the way I said it, but I didn't mean that. I just want you to give me your attention and so forth. But come to think about it, there are females. Already we have a situation where our female colleagues, most times their confidence level is very low, and they want an environment where they can express themselves. They want an environment that would further boost their confidence level, Diamond. So with the kind of environment that is being created here for the media, especially when you come to ask those critical questions, the way the responses will come, yes, I noticed today that 2 female media colleagues and and a male media colleague shied away from answering questions, and like they predicted what would have happened. We saw a situation today where one of our media colleagues was being streamed at again, and now aside from that, Denise Nipsing, as you know, another media colleague, a female, asked a very critical question today. She asked the next boss about the election materials and the order in which you were calling the results and all of those things, and she was just, you know, swept off, and you know, and the question was just swept off, and you know, so Denise equally was disappointed. She said, at least I asked my question, you know, the Liberian people know that I asked, at least I did my part. I can't force the answer out of the net commissioner. So this is exactly what happens here, what is happening here, and I think it says a whole lot about our electoral process, Diamond.
Okay, so let's talk about something I noticed, I heard when the name Edward Apperton was mentioned, there was a huge, somewhat of jeering and cheering mixed, murmuring and all of that. Did you notice that as well when his percentage was being called? His number of votes gathered and the percentage in the presidential progressive tally report?
Exactly, Diamond. Listen, that particular aspect of the result sort of distracted the press conference for a while. For every time the name Apiton is mentioned, uh, you know, there will be some pockets conversation. For every time that name was mentioned, there was always some sort of distraction and so forth. Indeed, and you're right. That's true. That's something that's factual that you observe. The name Apiton raised a series of concerns, series of eyebrows, and people were equally concerned here. But one thing I observed, Diamond, today is that unlike previous days where we had a huge presence of our international observers, international partners, all of those people here, today there were very few international observers, those partners, and so forth. Very few. Those attending the conference in their majority were folks from the media because they had to come and provide the coverage for the event today. But aside from that, majority of the international observers, no, there were just few here today as compared to the previous days that we've had this press conference at the NEC office here in Singapore.
A colleague of ours asked the question about punctuality and the exact time this press briefing, this daily press briefing is to kickstart from 4:30, which is the slated time. And he talked about whether or not this has got anything to do with denting the credibility of the results or the ability of the NEC to handle these elections. But that is way too enough of that. But let's talk about the time. Has the NEC come up today to say, look, these daily press briefings will start up at 4:30 and 4:30 prompt? Or what did the commissioner say when that question was asked her concerning the exact time Liberians should expect this press conference to start?
Now, while we were making our way here, as you know, I was in studio and, we had to make adjustments. So you take over from me and so forth. So we started to make our way about 10 minutes to the time based on the tight adjustments we had to make. But getting here at about 4:40. Yeah, so the press conference was to start 4:30. So, but I got here at 4:40. But now, even with that, while we were on our way, somewhere around 4:27 or so, somewhere around 4:27, there was this announcement that was made even before we got here that we were going to be about 15 to 20 minutes late. The conference was going to start about 15 to 20 minutes late because of some issues here. But they attributed that to some technical adjustments that they had to make here. So yes, so it was delayed. The conference was delayed today again by which then extended to about 5 or so before we started the press conference today. So it appears that every single day there's a little bit of a pushback with respect to the time, and this is exactly what has been happening.
Okay, so let's talk about the results that were released today, sticking with the presidential elections results. So today, again, for the preliminary results as of October 13, 2023 at about 6:18 p.m. I'm reading from the results.necliberia.org website as she was releasing those results. And I was on the website. All you see was updating. The portal was down for a while, but it's up now with the updated figures. All right. So now we have 25.93% of the total number of polling places around the country, that has been tallied in figures. That is 1,527 polling places out of 5,890 polling places across the country. the turnout of, that's the number of votes, that has been, tallied so far, is 512,551 votes. That constitutes 20.74% of the total number of registered voters or votes that have been cast in these elections. So let's read. There has been a shift. Remember yesterday we told our people that as these results are coming in, especially the progressive tally results, depending on which polling places are tallied, whether they're in the stronghold of your candidate or not, you will see the percentage game switching left and right until we can reach to at least about 70 to 80% of the polling places in the country tallied. Then you start to see a pattern and a margin emerge. Now, yesterday, we had Joseph Human Boycott placing first in the percentage ratio. Today, we have George Manenwia, who has now placed first based on the number of polling places that have been tallied coming from Grand Cru, Grand Jide, Maryland. These are southeastern counties that are the stronghold of the CDC. So now you see the you see the switch, right, in the percentage figures. So as of today, in terms of votes, we have candidate George Manenwia of the CDC with 216,344 votes, placing him at 44.56% of the total number of valid votes tallied from these polling places across the country. You have Joseph Human Boykai, UP, with 207,000 votes, 207,217 votes, giving him a percentage of 42.68% of the total number of votes tallied so far. We also have Kamara Lucini Sr. of ARCOP, the All Liberian Coalition Party, with 10,195 votes, placing him third with 2.1% of the total number of valid votes tallied from these polling places across the country. Tiawanse Gonglo, who was third on yesterday, has now dropped to fourth with 10,032 votes, placing him at 2.0% of the total number of valid votes tallied so far. Edward Appleton, I didn't hear the ooh, because every time you mention
Yeah, certainly.
Edward Appleton, he's a neighbor of ours. His political party's headquarters is just a stone's throw away from our office.
I have not taken notice of that.
Oh, you know?
No, I didn't know.
Right after Winners Chapel, the next building that Edward Appleton party headquarters, you know?
Okay. Oh, wow.
So GDM right near you,
No, I didn't know.
It looks like a used car garage, a used car sales center, though, but it is his party's headquarters. Check it out. Yeah, GDM. Okay. Yeah, there were folks in the compound today, listening to the radio and say, "Yeah, GDM."
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Now you know. Let's go back to the figures, Nelson. So we have Edward Appleton, GDM, placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth for now, with 10,018 votes, giving him 2.06%. Cummins Alexander Benedict, CPP, 7,615 votes tallied so far, giving him 1.57% of the total number of valid votes tallied so far. And then you come all the way, the last three in the order of descending, that is, we ascending from the lowest to the highest. So we have Miller Richard Say of the LFP with 707 votes. He's 20th on this list with 0.15%. Maurice Robert France with 766 votes, placing him 0.16% of the total number of valid votes tallied. And Yanti Sarah Beslow of ALL with 871 votes, giving her 0.18% Collie Alexander N, RNC, 1,038 votes, 0.21%. And Kiamu David GB of the DPPL, 1,183 votes, giving him 0.24%. And Kuyate Sheikh A, LFM, 1,190, 0.25. Kuroma Bendu. Remember Bendu Kuroma?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly. I do.
Yeah, Bendu Kuroma. What name she called herself again, sir? I think Redeemer One, eh? Something like that, sir.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, Senior Freeman is the Redeemer.
Then Bendu Kuroma,
Senior Freeman is the
Madam
Redeemer.
Bendu Kuroma dubbed herself. Yeah.
There is one name they
Chosen
have
One.
for that.
Chosen One. Chosen One.
Oh yeah, chosen one. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
chosen
You're
one.
right.
Yeah, chosen
Bendu
one.
Kuroma is
Yeah,
chosen one.
Madam Bendu Kuroma,
Mr. Cummings
CKA,
is the fixer.
the chosen one.
Why Mr. Freeman is the
Redeemer.
Redeemer, and then JMB is the rescuer.
Yeah. So, Madam Bendu Kuroma, independent, 1,308 votes, 0.27%. Moneyback Clarence Pay Lainu, 1,323, 0.27%. Yofi Luther, what's this? Builder. The builder. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the Rebuilders Party, 1,635, 0.34. Wapo Jeremiah Zell of vote, 2,148 votes, 0.44. And Turner Joshua Tom, NLP, 2,377, 0.49%. And Twitter William Wee, 2,621, 0.54. Simeon Freeman, 3,163, 0.65%. And Allen Brown, LRP, 3,722, 0.77%. So those are the updated figures from the National Elections Commission's result portal. And they also have to let you go at this juncture so that you make your way, get some rest, and do what you have to do. Thank you so much for the job you do. We have to leave you right there at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. Go for a short musical break. And when we get back, we'll continue with this broadcast. Remember, Spoon Talk comes on at 8 p.m. tonight. So, folks, that's that. Those are the updated figures from the National Elections Commission. As we told you on yesterday.
And Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, with respect to the figure and especially the change in the position of the different candidates, I think this is something that Liberians should expect, a Diamond, because it depends at what time and which. Okay. It depends at what time and which zone or which county or district they're in at a particular time, Diamond. That is what it is. So if they start to do the counting in a place that is believed to be a stronghold for the CPP, for example, there will obviously be a situation where CDC or the CPP or whichever political party that has a stronghold will be in a commanding lead. And I think that's what's happening. And I don't know what your take on it is, but Diamond, I think that is the reason why at this point, like yesterday, we had JMB in a comfortable position. Diamond, sorry. Yesterday, we had JMB in a comfortable position, but today, we're talking about President George Weah. On the other hand, because of the southeastern counties that were being captured by this report. Diamond, are you there? Diamond? But again, Diamond, we're making our way outside. Out of the National Elections Commission. Maybe we should give you a view of what it is out there with respect to the presence of security and all of that. But the conference, as you know, is already over. And the NEC workers are making their way home. This is what it is. Okay. So this is what it is. And at the end of the day, Liberians are very much concerned about this process because we know that it's a very crucial election. Diamond, are you there? Are we on?
Yeah, Nelson, you are on. We're making some technical adjustments here. Remember, we have a serious announcement to make for our people. That is Spoon Talk. That is Spoon TV's page is down at the moment. Our technical guys are working on restoring the page, but it is a work that requires serious time to have it done. So tonight we will be broadcasting from another page. We'll share the link for you to follow. We'll share the link on the Spoon TV page. So we cannot go live on our Spoon TV page because of some technical issues we currently face with, and our technicians, both local and foreign, are working hard to have our page, restored so that we can go live from that particular page. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen anything from the Spoon TV page today, that is because we do not want to speculate as to what happened. But once the technicians have they've been able to diagnose what the problem is, we'll tell you what exactly happened. That Spoon TV is down at this moment. But Spoon Talk is going to come your way, that's for sure. And Spoon Talk is going to be live. We'll share the link as to how you can follow the show. Nothing is going to keep us down, from bringing you what you need to know, the needed information right here on the Spoon Network. So Nelson, if you're still there, we have to let go of you now. Your image is frozen. Probably that is due to network connectivity issue. But again, folks, we will post on Spoon TV and we'll announce the page that you can follow to watch Spoon Talk tonight. We'll also be using that page until our original page, is restored. As to whatever that has gone wrong, that we don't have access to our page to go live and broadcast for you, our guys are working on it tirelessly to make sure that particular page is restored up and running. So we have to go for a break to readjust ourselves, and once Spoon Talk comes on, we'll then share the link to the page for which you can follow and watch Spoon Talk. We're also live on YouTube, so if you're not getting us on Facebook, all you need to do is to go on YouTube and search for Spoon Talk, and then you see the YouTube broadcast live. As for Facebook, we'll share the link to the alternative page that you can use to access and watch Spoon Talk tonight. Once again, do not panic. Do not panic. We'll get that page, restored, and Spoon TV will resume its full broadcast on Facebook. So we'll take this break to be right back. My name is Diamond Slanger. Broadcasting live from Congo Town on the network Spoon. Our frequencies are 107.5, that's for Spoon FM. Fabric is 101.1. Super is 95.5 FM. You can follow us on YouTube at Spoon Talk. That's all you need to do. Go on YouTube and type Spoon Talk, and then you watch us live on Facebook. We'll tell you the alternative page to follow to watch Spoon Talk tonight. We'll go for this break. We'll be shutting off. We'll be right back. Thank you.